So let's start with the all-electric three-vessel system. How did you build that?
Um, Electricians and OSHA and anybody that that are, that does any sort of inspections electrically, maybe put your earmuffs on. Trial by fire, almost quite literally. Now that I'm a
I got that
fidgeter,
joke.
and I think that in
Yeah.
another world, if I had applied myself differently, I would probably be in an engineering trade. Um,
Gotcha.
but that wasn't the route that I felt interested in at the time. So what I think I lack that a lot of other people often do is I have no sense of fear to try something. And I think that that's a really big demotivating factor for most people is that it's just a fear. Like, what if I mess up? What if it doesn't work? What if it causes a problem? Whatever. And I'm not just saying that to say that I'm great because I have that, because boy, there are some wallopy failures to go through. But talking about the three vessel system, um, one of the interesting things that exists right now in our world of home brewing and with beer and with fermented uh, uh, alcoholic beverages in general is this trending decrease, right? We can't hide
Mhm.
behind it. It's not something we can ignore. It's happening. I see it. The community sees it. I live in a place with a plethora of breweries that are having to figure out how to do things. One of the byproducts of that is that people are selling and giving away stuff all the time. So I happened to cross, I think it was with these particular kettles, somebody reached out to me and said, "Hey, I've got this stuff. Do you want to buy it or do you want to sell it for me or whatever?" And it was an interesting enough place where I think it was two kettles. I bought two kettles from them that were matched. One's just off screen. So maybe I can show you that actually if you're interested in seeing it. Um,
Yeah, sure.
yeah. So um, I believe those are 10-gallon kettles. And then I bought,
Okay.
because I own a homebrew shop and I get wholesale prices, I bought a 16-gallon kettle, new, and then fitted it up with everything. So we're talking, I have stainless punches to be able to punch holes in the kettles instead of drilling, to do really, really smooth edges, to do
Mhm.
any weldless fittings I wanted. I bought stainless, essentially water heater elements, but
Mhm.
they're not for that purpose. They are finished to be a little longer lasting in this. And of course, all the thermometers and ball valves and everything else we need to do built a
Mhm.
pump set up to be able to flow. The important part with this is the electrical, I guess. I am very lucky to be friends with, I don't know if you can see here, but this is a short circuited brewer's glass. Actually,
Okay.
didn't really plan it, but it's really good timing. So Brian, that ran a YouTube
Mhm.
channel called Short Circuited Brewers, is one of my absolute heroes of brewing. Cool dude. He lives here, and since I moved here, we've become friends, which is even cooler. But
Oh
I
yeah,
learned
heck yeah.
almost everything electrically from him, because a big part of
Mm.
his YouTube claim to fame, so to speak, is that he was showing how to break it down and build these electrical systems so that you can do it safely. That turned into him getting sponsorships from various companies that were building do it yourself kits. But ultimately, I just went through his guides. I kind of followed his lead and decided that where I wanted to find some shortcuts to cut some circuitry out of the system, I could do that just by testing. And then, it just kind of goes from there. There's really nothing super romantic or super difficult about it. It's just
Mhm.
I sat at a workbench and I soldered and wired, and again, from car building and electronics with guitars
Mhm.
and amps and everything else, I'm very familiar and comfortable working with those components.